What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. So we're going to play with Blender and try to animate this here logo. So, you know, I was looking up on YouTube how to do this, and I want to basically make this logo rotate or just animate it in some way or fashion. But I want a transparent background so I can take this logo and stick it in Davinci Resolve and kind of put it over the video that I have and kind of put it wherever I want and just have it sit there and do its thing. And it's a little confusing to figure out. So this Blender program is for one, it's free and it's extremely powerful. The things that you can create with this are absolutely mind-blowing, but you're gonna need a little bit of a computer to run it. And hopefully my computer will, it should, yeah. I got a beast. Because we're doing green screen, camera, and Blender all at the same time. Should be fine, but... yeah, basically I paid a kid on Fiverr to create or recreate my, the YouTube channel logo. Working class knowledge, the little brain with the microchip. All the knowledge that's just being implanted into the brain with the hard hat, because it's the working class. You know, I was able to do the, there's the Blender Guru on YouTube, and he has a donut tutorial on how to make a donut. And basically, in making the donut, you pretty much use, you know, most of the things that you're going to use in this program to create that donut. So it gives you a little bit of exposure to a lot of different things. It doesn't show you everything, but it gives you a pretty good, you know, a starter. So I got about halfway through the donut just before the sprinkles, and I kind of tapped out and decided not to continue, which I'm good. I do want to continue. It's just, you know, the time factor. But yeah, I was able to create the hard hat and this strap, no problem. I can do that. And I actually had a little knob on the back as well. And I could probably create the microchip, but the brain was a little beyond my skills. So I paid a kid on Fiverr to do this. I forget what he was asking, but yeah, I was like, if you're gonna do that for me, I'll give you more. I will give you more. Because I tried for hours to create this, and I just couldn't do it. I'm like, if you could do that, hell yeah. It's a lot of work, because he actually created this brain out of a cube. A square cube he created that brain out of. So that took a little bit of sculpting and moving things around. So yeah, it's pretty nice. So basically, I want to render a new video that's longer so that I don't have to copy and paste, because in DaVinci, if you have a still image, a logo, you can just kind of drop it over the video and then just drag it out as long as you want. But if it's a video file like this, you have to just keep copying the same video file over and over and over again to make it look like it's just continuously spinning around. You can't just drag it and stretch it out. So my last clip that I did, basically the head rotated around once, and it was only a few seconds long. So I want to make one that's much longer, so I'm going to see if I can remember the process on how to render this brain spinning in a circle with a clear background, transparent background, which is a little more difficult to do. So you could do a black background, a red background, a green background, whatever you want. That's easy. That's just like, you just render it and pick a color. But if you want a clear background, it's a little more difficult than that. You basically have to render it out as a, you know, PNG file as individual images. It's like a huge file of just each individual image in the whole movie track. And then you drag all of that back in and then render it out a second time, and you get the finished result, which is kind of crazy. So the first thing we need to do is I need to take this microchip, hold shift, click on the brain, and then control P, and we're going to parent the chip to the brain. So object. Okay, so now if we take this, actually I should be able to just click on the brain, and let's rotate it on the z-axis. Yes, and everything is rotating as one now, because before I was rotating the brain, the hard hat, and the chip was just kind of floating in space. It wouldn't move. It was just, yeah, it's not what I was looking for. So we'll go back to 0 on that. All right, so now we need to add some lights and a camera, because if we rendered this right now, nothing would come up because there's no camera. So we need to add a camera, and we will scale it up, and we will grab it and move it back, and we will scale it up some more. You gotta get all of your positions right. Grab it, move it down on the z-axis, rotate. Nope. We want, grab it, we want to rotate it up, there we go. Oh no, let's grab it and move it backwards like that. And let's just check what it would look like. F12. So it's not centered. I want to bring this up. So the camera looks like it might be... we could probably just rotate it down a little bit. And let's render that. Maybe up a little, or F12. There we go. That looks good. It's pretty centered in the window. But now we need to add some lights. So we're gonna add a light, and we're gonna go with the sun. Yeah. And we're gonna put it right there. I wonder if you can... I don't know if that really matters. I'm gonna move it up a little bit. We're gonna grab it and move it on the x-axis right there. And then rotate it in like that. And then we need to look at the sun. It was this one, yeah. And the strength will go to 26, maybe? F12? Ah, look at that. We got a nice little shine spot right there on the rims, creating some shadow on the bottom. So I want to put one more light a little bit lower. So I'm just going to add another sun. Grab it, move it over here. Rotate. Actually, I want to come grab it, move it down on the Z. Grab it, move it over on the Y. Yeah. Strength. And check it. Yeah, look at that. So you can see that we have a little bit of a shadow underneath the rim on the brain here. It's nice and lit up, and the top's nice and lit up because usually it sits like right next to me on my videos, and the light, I have two lights here which are pretty bright, so I want it to look like it's in the room with me. So that looks pretty good, I would say. So now we need to make it move and render it out. So we need to click on this one? Yes! See, I'm actually starting to learn my way around this program. I am not a professional at this, by any means. But it took me a long time to figure out how to render this with a clear background. And there was not... Yeah, the videos out there were not too helpful because I had to kind of take bits and pieces from different videos and put them together to figure it out. And there's many ways to do this. You can actually... You can add a mesh and put in a circle, and then you could scale this up, right? And now you have this circle. Then you could take the camera and you could, you know, basically make the camera follow this circle and move the camera around the object, you know, if you wanted to. But in this instance, I really don't need to do that. I don't have a background. I don't have anything else. It's just that we're looking at. So we're going to go to view. And we're going to orbit, lock orbit to this. Lock orbit to there. To the cube. There we go. Camera to view. I believe you need those two. There we go. Now we go down to this square, and now we have our timeline. So I'm gonna go to let's say 400. So we start and end on 400. Let's just see how long this... Yeah, maybe I'll go a little bit longer than that. Let's go with 500. Should be good. Okay, now we're gonna go back to the start. And we're at 0 degrees on the z-axis. So if we turn, you know, I clicked on the brain, and now if we move the z-axis, the brain will turn. So we need to put in a keyframe. So we're going to start at 0. So I'm going to right click on this and click on insert keyframes. And now we have a keyframe down here. And now we can move. Let's see how long we want it to take. I would say there. About 91. And then we'll go to the z-axis again. And we will go all the way to 300 and... Actually, I could probably just type it in. 360. And then right click, insert keyframes. Now go back and let's play it. You see how it slows down too at the end, which is kind of cool. All right. Now we could probably go to like 160. And then go to 720, I think. Would this speed it up or just make it rotate again? No, I just kind of did the same thing. And now we'll go to, I don't know, let's go to 340. Now we'll go another 90, so we'll go to like 250-ish. This way. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. So we'll do 360. Now does that make a single? I've never been this far, so I don't know if you click on both of these now. Now, if that is the... Yes, look at that. Yes! Nice! Okay, so now we'll go to 700. And we'll go 720. 720. Boom, boom. Then we'll keep going. 800. I'll just finish this across, and then we'll see what it looks like. All right, now let's see what it looks like. All the way to 1,000. A little bit of spin that way. A little bit of spin backwards. A little faster. And now we start doing some McTwists. That'd be cool if I could make a skateboard under it. Whoa, whoa! Yeah, start getting faster at the end. That'd be cool if I could make a skateboard underneath and have him do a kickflip. Do a kickflip! That'd be sick. Maybe one day, but for now, you know, we gotta start small. Alright, so now that's what we want. So now we're going to go down to, we're going to click on this little camera picture, go down to film and click on transparent, and then go to output settings, and we are going to output PNG with RGBA. We need that alpha. Alpha is important. So now we're going to go, let's just minimize this. And we're gonna do a new folder. Brain render on the desktop. We'll go back and we're gonna go to output folder, desktop, brain render. Oops. We want to delete that one. So we're just going to go to brain render, accept. Mick Twisty. Mick Twisty. Okay. Accept. So now it's got a place to go. PNG. Okay, we got transparent background. Yes, so you click on this little guy up here, and now we have this checkerboard background that confirms that we have the transparent background. And now I believe we click on Control F12. Yes. And now it is taking individual little pictures of this whole like video, and it's putting each of those little individual pictures in that folder as PNG files on the desktop. And then once that's done, we'll close this, go into a different spot in Blender, and we'll upload those individual pictures, change a few settings, and then re-render it again as the finished product. Unfortunately, this is how you have to do it. This folder is going to be huge, so we're going to let this run. It's going to be a minute. Alright, so now we want to open a new video editing tab, and then go down here and click Shift A, and go down to image sequence and click on that. Go to desktop, brain render, and how do we... Oh, just click A. So you click on the folder and then just click the A button, and it selects them all, and you add image strip. Boom. So now we want to click this little folder, and we want to know where to save it. So we're going to go to YouTube channels. We're going to go to logo, and I just actually attempted one, and it failed. So we're going to do this guy. It doesn't need to be 1 to 1,000 though. Like, I don't need that in... Yeah, there we go. McTwisty logo accept. Now we go down to here, and this is only 250. We need 1,000, so we get the whole video. And then we want to go to film, make sure it says transparent. And then we want to go to output settings. We want to go down to encoding, and we want QuickTime. Video codec, we want PNG, RGBA, and FMPEG video, I believe. Yes. I believe this is the settings. Video codec PNG, container QuickTime, FPEG video, and you need RGBA. You need that A, that alpha. From what I understand. So I just did a render and I did QT animation. It didn't work. So I think I did PNG as the video codec. So now we're going to do Control F12. And that is going to render it as a video file. It should be .mov, and it should be in my... Yeah, it should be in my files. So as soon as this finishes, we will minimize this, open up Davinci Resolve, go in there, and just try to put this logo over another video and see if there's a transparent background. And if there is, we got it. If it isn't, then we have to come back here and mess around. Alrighty, it is done rendering. So we're gonna go check it before we, get out of this and not save anything. And if everything checks out, then we can delete that folder. We won't need it anymore. But first off, we're gonna go into Davinci Resolve and make sure that we actually have a transparent background. So, like I said, I went onto YouTube and I was watching video after video after video trying to see if someone out there could teach me how, or show me how, to take a simple logo that's spinning and put a transparent background on it so I could use it in Davinci. And it was like, there was not just one video that showed me that. I had to get little bits and bobs from different people, and I actually had to just kind of do settings on my own to figure it out. Because no one ever said to put PNG under that last little option that we just did. But we need to check it to make sure it works. So we're just going to do it on, yeah, this. This is just whatever I have. We're going to go to Control I. We're going to insert the McTwisty logo.mov, which we just made. And it just has a little picture of a play symbol from Windows. And there it is. But you see how it has a black background in the picture. So you won't be able to tell until we drag this down and stick it over the video, and look at that. It has a transparent background. So now that we can play, and there it is. You know, we can take it and, you know, scale it and move it over to where I normally have it, right there. And see, here's the problem that I ran into with that short video. So you go to the end, you cannot just grab this. See, it does not allow for you to just grab this and stretch it out. So if you go to the old school still image and you drop this down here, right, you come back here. Now this is just a still image, the same thing. We can scale it up or down. We can move it all around, but I can actually take this and just grab it, and I can drag it right across, and now that logo will stay for the entire video. Nice and easy. My mistake was I made the first animated logo too short, so I had to copy and paste 1,000,000 times. Like, there would be 1,000,000 little squares, because it was only a few seconds long. So a few seconds long times however long the video is, you're sitting there copying 70 times, which is kind of crazy. So now this thing is about, I don't know, it's a little over 40 seconds long, this brain video clip that moves around. So now I can come to the very end of it, and I select it. I can click Control V to copy it, and then Control V, 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 and I can make it as long as I want. And it will just, if we play it, it'll look like one continuous loop. Like there's not even like a little jitter in the middle. You know what I mean? It'll do its whole rotations, it'll do its McTwisties, it ends back at 0, and then it starts all over again. But yeah, that's it. Make sure you subscribe. Throw me a thumbs up. See you later. What in the hell? Nancy Pelosi, what are you doing here? Get out of here.